Hello, hello again. It is that time for Hot Takes with Kari and Keelan. This is Kari Rae Davis with Kari Sells the City.
And Keelan Harvey with the Harvey Home Team and Highlands Residential.
And we are on episode number 23. So, Keelan, I wanted to hear what you had to say. It sounds like you have a new loan program that could really help some of our current homeowners get into a new home without having to sell their home. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we always like to come up with to solve problems, and we foresee this to be a problem, and I think it's only gonna get bigger as rates go down. It's not necessarily a problem,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of homeowners that are sitting on a boatload of cash. I'm sure everybody can relate. If you've bought a home in the last couple of years, your home is appreciated. You have a bunch of equity in your house, and some of these people might not even like their home, but the or anymore, or maybe they want to
They're
upgrade or
just
get
ready to upgrade.
yeah, ready to
Right.
upgrade, right? And it's that time. But the problem is you don't want to get rid of that low rate, which I don't blame you. You're sitting on a two something or a low 3% interest rate, so you're kind of stuck and locked in there. But the reality is, as rates go down, people are going to want to be step-up buyers. And I think as rates get lower and lower, it's going to be a different threshold for different people, but that's going to free up inventory. But the problem is, how do we unlock this equity and get into a new property? Right? So the kind of traditional way to do it is what's called a bridge loan,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with the bridge loan often is that you're capped on your loan to value ratio because basically it's capped between the two properties. So that could be an issue. The other issue, and they do give you some credit for your current property to like it's rented, right? So it
Right.
helps you in the debt to income ratio situation. But still not a lot of people, it's not going to work for a lot of people, right? The other solution is you can get a HELOC out of your house, a home equity line of credit,
Mm-hmm.
and you can use that for a down payment on the new home. But again, a debt to income ratio problem because you have to qualify with your current mortgage.
Right.
You're going to have to qualify with the HELOC, and then also they're going to qualify you with the new mortgage too. So a lot of people, unfortunately, and the other thing is trying to put in a contingent offers, it's hard. And we're in a
Depends
competitive
on the
market.
market. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
maybe right now a seller would take a contingent offer,
yeah.
but if interest rates go down and buyers come off the fence and it starts to get competitive again, that's going to be more difficult for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you come against somebody that's not contingent, they're
Mhm.
going to select that offer every time over yours.
Right.
So I can't give you the secret sauce because I don't want all these other lenders to figure it out. But we have a way in which we can take that current property. So any debt on your current property doesn't count against you. So
Okay.
we don't have to count your mortgage. And even cooler, you could get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, and the HELOC doesn't count against you either. So all you're doing is qualifying for the new home, and that's going to make it's just really going to be the only solution for a ton of people. Now they
Okay.
charge a fee for this, and the fee is 1.5%. Not crazy though. I mean,
That doesn't sound terrible. No.
no, people are paying a point and a half to get a rate all day long.
Right.
So it's not that big of a deal, a point and a half, but it's a solution and it ends to a means. So just to kind of paint the picture for you, how that kind of goes from start to finish is you find the new home that you like, that you love. Kari Rae found you your dream home, and you're in love with it, and you're in this situation. What we'll do is we'll go out and get a HELOC and get enough money down on the new home that's necessary, right? And so now you have your down payment. That HELOC doesn't count against you. The old mortgage doesn't count against you. Now you move into the new home, and now we go back and sell your other home.
Okay.
And then once we sell your other home, now we can pay that HELOC gets paid off, and you'll have obviously more cash remaining. I assume you're not going to take out all your equity in your home. So
Right.
you have more cash remaining that you can throw at the new loan. And then now you can get your mortgage down and use all of your cash to get a more reasonable payment. So we've already done this quite a few times
Okay.
and is the best solution as far as I'm concerned. That's on the market right now.
So, what is the timeline normally? I mean, is there any sort of requirement for paying off this other, loan essentially?
No, they're 6 months ish.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Somewhere around there, they want you to sell the property about 6 months. If it's 6 months and you haven't sold your property, there's something else going on there anyway.
Right.
Um, they have no need to want to retain your property. This is just giving people a tool to be able to get into a new home. There's no underneath the surface anything
Well,
like
and
they.
it's basically giving people an option to write a non-contingent offer before their home sells.
And that's the biggest key. A
Yeah.
non-contingent offer. That's huge. That's the whole thing with this. And it gives you the ability to write it on. You hit it on the head. That's
Yeah.
like the biggest thing, non-contingent offer, because otherwise you don't have a chance in heck. Likely when the market gets to a certain place, and it's still weird in this market, like things that are priced well and look good, I've still seen multiple offers, and then other ones are just sitting forever.
Right.
It's a weird market we're in right now.
It's yes, it's just I've had other agents call me. They've had their properties on the market. They're not getting any showings because I've had a couple listings that I sold over this last couple months. And what I've noticed is that depending on the house and depending on what type of home it is, if it's a townhouse, it might sit a little bit longer than a single family home. But I don't feel like buyers are in a rush.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before, where we're not seeing the house at 3 on Saturday and I'm writing an offer by 6 p.m. Right. I'm not like it's just not moving as quickly and people have time to think about things a little bit. Granted, I'm still doing that for my clients. Like if they've got that urgency, then I'm definitely jumping the gun and trying to get our offer in before anybody else does. But I'm just finding that it is a little bit more slow and people are giving themselves a chance to maybe sleep on it a little bit before they say, okay, let's go ahead and make an offer.
You
So,
know, I think a couple other things play into that too. Like people aren't sure what's going to happen right now. Like the Fed is starting to see cracks in the economy. Now
mhm,
it's coming down to we're still going to do one cut. So they say. We'll see what
right,
happens. So there's that rates are going to come down at any point. And then historically too, this time of year, we're getting in towards, August.
election.
Yeah, election. There's just
Yeah,
a lot of things that are just like I think there's just a lot of uncertainty right now. But like Warren Buffett, do everything the opposite of everybody else. I mean, I bought in the highest rates on purpose because guess what? I got a steal for my house,
right.
and I
You
think people
negotiated a great price.
a great price and I'm
Yeah,
going to refinance. Everybody can do the same thing. I mean, we know rates are going to go down. I mean, I don't know anybody that disagrees with that. That's an excellent.
it's just a matter of when.
It's just a matter of when. They've been high
Yeah,
for way too long. When that happens, we know there's a very high demand, there's very little supply. So
right.
we know that, I mean, the cocktail is there to have a really interesting couple years in real estate
Hmm.
where we think we're going to see some dramatic appreciation competition. So AKA you're going to pay more. So again,
Right.
not to beat on a dead horse here, but I'm telling you,
Yeah,
mark my words, look at this episode in, I don't know, 6 months, a year from now, and be like, shoot, it was like 2020. I should have bought then.
right. Well, and the appreciation that we had in 2020, 21 was just phenomenal. I mean, 20% in your appreciation in your home is unheard of. So, I mean, it'd be great if we saw that again, but I'm not holding my breath for that. But I do agree that, if you have the ability to make a move and get in, I mean, it's a great time to negotiate and be able to get your contingencies fulfilled, like your inspection report, and negotiate at your appraisal if your appraisal doesn't come in at value. So there's definitely opportunities where if it was competitive and people were bidding over the offered price, you don't have those opportunities to negotiate like you do now. So I love the idea of having a solution for people that are current homeowners that are wanting to move, because I know that there's a lot of the people that I worked with over the last several years that are sitting, like you said, on that 2.75% interest rate and don't really want to, they don't want to make a change financially, but maybe their household's getting bigger, the house just isn't working for them anymore. So I love it that you've got a solution. I understand that you're not giving away all the juicy details because you want to kind of keep it close to the vest, but I
Yeah.
guess that just leads in that if you guys are curious and you want to hear what Keelan has to say about your own personal situation, you want to give this guy a call for sure. So
Yeah, give me a call. I'll give you the secret sauce. I just don't
yeah.
want to put them on blast, you
Yeah, we're
know?
not broadcast. We're trying to like get people to
Yeah.
talk to us. So,
Yeah, exactly. And you might be surprised. You have a bunch of equity in your house. Even though rates are higher, you're throwing a bunch of money at a new mortgage. The payment's probably not as bad as you think it is.
mhm,
And you don't know until you look and see what that looks like for you. So there's no
right,
harm. I'm not charging you a fee to give you an estimate and some data on figures. So if
right.
you're curious, reach out. I can get you exactly from path A to path B, and you can decide if it makes sense for you or your family.
Right. Well, I encourage everybody, if they're on the fence, get educated, find out what you can so you can make an educated decision for yourself. We're just here to offer information to help guide you and make sure that we're giving you good advice because that's part of our jobs is to give our clients good advice and help them through these challenges and these changes in their lives. So, if anybody out there would like to chat with me about putting your home on the market or helping you find a new home, I'd be happy to help you. Please give me a call 206 330 6985.
Or you can call me at 206-321-4941.
Well, Keelan, I can't wait to go talk to some of my past clients about this opportunity. So I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear what else you might have to share with me next time.
Yeah, it's always a moving target. No problems change in our business, and we got to find solutions.
Right. Problem solvers. That's right.
Problem solvers. That's right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, have a great weekend.
You too. See you, everybody.